So Olympia Orthopedic Association in Olympia. I went to them for my shoulder. Found out instead of arthritis and tendonitis like I thought it was, like doctors have been telling me for a while, there's a bone spur in here. Makes it to where it hurts a lot. Makes it to where I can't use my arm as much anymore, and I'm right-handed. So when it happened at work for that for a church company I used to work for, and they fired me, and I was working for two other companies at the same time, trying to make ends meet during this COVID crap, in the heart of this whole lockdown. A Dr. Bradley Crist, Christ, was supposed to be seeing me, upon which he didn't see anything from the x-rays. They asked about an MRI. So I did one. Found the bone spur. He told me that I have 2 years before I'm no longer able to move my arm. He recommended surgery by last fall. When I went to my follow-up appointment, he couldn't seem to find the MRI. When I showed him my paperwork from the appointment where his recommendations were surgery and light duty, which got me fired from both of my other jobs, because you can't be a yard tech and be on light duty. You can't build retaining walls and construction and move trees around on light duty. Can't do automotive mechanics on light duty. It also explains why I can't physically pick up the engine to a Nissan 2200. I used to be able to. Pick it up, put it in, bolt it together. Used to be able to do the same thing with a Honda transmission or a Subaru transmission. Put it on my chest, lift it up, or kneel on top of the engine, grab it, pull it up, put a bolt in. Can't do that anymore. So now, after I find out that the Olympia Orthopedics for my L&I, they put in the wrong social security number, address, phone number, email address, even the information. They tried going for the company I was still working for, which probably resulted in one of the reasons why I got fired, is because I was only working there for a month or two. I informed him that this wasn't me trying to, get one up on him. It hurts and I want to get it looked at. Oh well, because they still tried to ding that company for my L&I. So, my doctor sends me back because I just want it fixed. I don't care about L&I anymore. It's so much of a headache. On top of that, L&I tracks me down through an auto accident because they can't find any of my information. So, Olympia Orthopedics still is screwing off about my L&I stuff. Yet they're not seeing me. They billed my insurance. They've sat here and told me what needs to happen, and then apparently refuse. So, around the 9th, 4/9 of 21, approximately 3:18 in the evening, I had tried to schedule with a different doctor. When they called for the follow-up for the scheduling and everything, I told them I did not want to see Bradley Crist. For 55 minutes, I explained and expressed every reason over the phone with the scheduler why I did not want to see Dr. Bradley Crist. 55 minutes. And then she hung up on me. There was nothing she was able to do, and apparently I'm just too argumentative. When I called back, I was on the phone with somebody else. In the middle of the conversation, my appointment for that Monday gets canceled. I asked the lady I'm on the phone with. She didn't cancel it. Well, and that means that Corey hung up on the phone with me and then canceled my appointment, regardless, without even attempting to schedule a new one. I'm waiting for a phone call back because the lady I was talking to had to go through her supervisor, Corey, the same lady that hung up on me. Now, mind you, Corey is the same scheduling supervisor that informed me the reason why all my information was wrong was because the doctor didn't want to do the paperwork. That's the only excuse I've been given. Not somebody fumbled it or, our apologies. None of that. No, it's my fault that I feel uncomfortable with Dr. Crist. It's my fault they fumbled my L&I paperwork. So because Corey wasn't able to do anything for me, and she informed me that due to Crist's laziness is the reason why I'm not fixed yet. And the fact that they don't care about their clientele, so they're not even going to inform them. So, with all of that, I get 3 phone calls talking about my conduct, talking about my yelling and screaming at staff members, my threatening, my vulgar language. Now, they did this to me back in December when they told me that I would have to mail in a piece of mail to L&I to correct the paperwork that they messed up on. So in order to fix my L&I stuff, I would have had to have mailed L&I all of the information that was incorrect, so that way I could correct it. But seeing as how none of the information was correct, I wasn't even allowed access to my stuff because it wasn't me. It's some person with my name and a different social security number and a whole bunch of different information. So legally, they can't give me the information. So, what do? Try to call a supervisor. Try to call anybody. I've gotten threatened from a McKinsey, upon which she gave me Lori Roberts' number. I called Lori Roberts twice, never received a phone call back from the scheduling actual supervisor, from what I was informed. This MK on Lily Road is the doctor I was trying to schedule with, instead of a Dr. Bradley Crist. So far, I've been threatened and told how my conduct is completely inappropriate, how I'm yelling and screaming. I'm talking normally right now, just like I was talking normally all the other times. I can yell! I can scream! I can lose my mind! But that's not the proper way to get medical assistance. And if that's the route you take, well, I mean, when they put you under, are you really going to come out of it? That being said, Ben, at a 360-570-3462, the CEO of Olympia Orthopedics Association, after I informed McKinsey the last time that I spoke with her that I would like to speak to legal. Because if I was a woman feeling uncomfortable there wouldn't have been a 55-minute conversation or argument about seeing this male doctor. Now, along with that, Olympia Orthopedics pays for scribes. So, while you're only allowed to go in there by your lonesome, a complete untrained medical person whose only job is to follow these people around with a clipboard, basically, or a laptop, to take notes. So this person that never took an oath, this person that doesn't have any medical stuff whatsoever, is privy to all of our information. So I'm in a room with two people, one of which doesn't even know what the hell he's typing. Now, under any other circumstance, like I said, they would have just rescheduled me with the MK on Lily Road. Crappy handwriting enough. But they didn't. They laughed at me, told me I had no reasons to feel any concern. Now, Ben, last week, gave me his phone number, told me he'd personally call me back. I got a phone call from somebody else telling me that they can send me my information that I requested. I've been sitting here just trying to be seen by a different doctor than Dr. Crist. So how is it a scheduling staff member is allowed to sit here and make false accusations on me and nothing be done? At least defamation of character. But I will be calling my insurance company and a couple others to try and figure out exactly what the hell's going on, because with everything that I'm experiencing and the fact that the pain should be gone by now, but it's because somebody didn't want to do the job, yet they wanted to get paid for half of it. And possibly more, because L&I still thinks that the L&I claim is active. So, apparently Ben doesn't have the balls to actually call me back, and there isn't a single person at Olympia Orthopedic that's willing to stand true to their word. Including onto the which that if you call their company, you call the office on a weekend like Saturday, you'll get a call center where the phone calls are recorded, upon which your only request is, I need Ben to have access to this recording. Oh, well, sorry, if there's nothing we can do for you, then we're going to hang up. Apparently, the call center for Olympia Orthopedics is not able to do anything other than tell you to call back Monday. So they have real life people getting paid to tell you that they can't do anything. And when I asked to speak to a supervisor, I was told that the business is closed, there's no supervisors, all the lady started yelling at me. And I told her, ma'am, you need to calm down, you need to stop. You haven't listened once. These phone calls are recorded. Ergo, Ben, the CEO at this phone number, needs to call me back. Like he said he was going to. Now, I spent almost 15 minutes on the phone, upon which the first person told me they can't transfer me to a supervisor, they can't do anything. And when she got frustrated, she transferred me to a Stephanie, the supervisor. Stephanie decided that she was going to yell at me also and talk over me and tell me that there's nothing they can do, that I would have to call back during normal business times, that they can't even put a note in my chart, that they can't do anything. And then when I said, ma'am, you're not listening, these phone calls are recorded, therefore there is a record. No, I cannot get the recordings, I cannot call him, I can't do any of the stuff you're asking, so I'm going to hang up, ma'am. You're talking over me and you're not listening. Upon which she told me that they personally delete the recordings if they couldn't help you. So if it's a bad thing and they couldn't assist you, they delete the record. That's interesting. A doctor's office full of dishonest people. Now, I deleted all of my videos and everything before due to my girlfriend being attacked by her family members. But I guess I'm going to be uploading some more. Including, I guess, taking all this extravagant time to post flyers, post-its, message boards. I think the public needs to know. Because obviously, nothing else is going to happen. Nothing's going to get rectified. And apparently, staff members are going to be allowed to make any accusation So imagine if I was sitting here saying, I didn't appreciate the way that he touched me. I didn't appreciate the fact that we were there for my shoulder and he decided to do something else. Or his hand was uncomfortably caressing my breast while he checked my shoulder. Or his comments made me feel uncomfortable in the sense that I wasn't sure whether or not he would do something to my unconscious body or not. I'm just trying to think of the woman's side of this because I'm pretty sure if a man sat there for 55 minutes telling a woman she's got nothing to fear, she's got no reason to be concerned, no reason to feel uncomfortable. And as opposed to meeting my concerns with anything other than speculation and argument, instead of my concerns being heard, now the doctor's office is a victim. Now Corey is a victim. Interesting, right? So Olympia Orthopedic Association in Olympia, Washington, on Capitol Boulevard, or road, or whatever it is, doesn't care if you're uncomfortable with a doctor. And apparently the staff won't even care. So imagine what'll happen if one of their staff members actually does something. Imagine what happens if I uncover the fact that this isn't the first time Bradley Crist has had a patient uncomfortable with him. Because apparently it's illegal, from what I've been informed, to request a different doctor. So, apparently you're not allowed to request a different physician at Olympia Orthopedics. If you do, then you'll be told you're argumentative, you'll be told that you're yelling, you'll be told that you're using profanity, And it's not just you that'll be told that. It'll be put on your medical file. They'll send a nice letter home explaining it with another release form. So that makes 3 release forms that I've been handed based on an MRI that my primary care and not even Dr. Bradley Crist can find. But Corey, the supervisor who promised it would be there last Monday, nope. So, if any attorneys are out there, feel free to hit me up. Because L&I's, like I said, L&I is still thinking that this is active. And for some reason, they haven't been informed otherwise. Seeing as how it's been 5-6 months since the L&I claim was dropped.